Do you want to maintain an online database? Do you want to create custom apps? Oh, sorry Bala. My teammate Bala says that I look more serious. Do I? Then I make a pardon because this place is not for serious stuffs. We're gonna have fun through creating apps. So guys, this is Jack and I welcome you to App DNA by Zoho Creator. The app which we're gonna create for today's tutorial is sales management. So what is sales management and how we're gonna create it through Zoho Creator is, before, sales management is a process that monitors your sales, your customers, your employees, and the employees' ability to reach out to your customers. So how we going to do this? How we going to create it through Zoho Creator is the today's tutorial video. So the next question will be, I'm a sales manager. Why I need to create an app? It's very simple guys, because being a sales manager is not an easy task. An app will definitely help you to streamline your process and also bring more sales to your account. So this is the reason why we want to create an app for you. So I hope there is no confusion for you guys. Now you have to build confidence to create an app. So this sales management app will have 5 main features, and those features are: the first feature of this application will be your product details. You have to store your products and make it as a product portfolio for your customers. So the second next feature of this app will be your sales representative details. You need to store all your employees and the salesperson's details here so that you can access it for the future. So the third next feature of this app will be your customer details. Customers are the most important factor of your organization, I know. So you have to be very careful in storing their details. But trust me, this platform is more secure and it's online, so you can access it from anywhere and the access can be given only to the administrators. So the fourth next feature of this app will be sharing. You need to share your product details to your customers and customers detail to the sales representative. The next fifth feature of this and the final feature of the app will be your sales records. Sales records are also important factor of your as a sales manager, right? So this feature will contain all the graphs, all the demographics and all other required details for the sales. So I hope you guys are clear with the 5 features of this app. Now we'll log into zoho.creator.com and see how to create an app. So guys, this is the Zoho Creator's homepage. Now you can either create a new application from the scratch or you can import your Excel sheets and create an application. So I'll just go and create a new application from scratch. So these are the 50 pre-made applications developed by our creator team assets. So you can just install this app and make use of it. So I'll take you to the sales management app at the end of the tutorial and show you what are the different features that our developers has given to you. Now I'll create it from the scratch. I'll name this app as sales management app. So I click create. So this is the workspace of our Zoho Creator. Here you can create your forms. So I'll click create a new form for our product details. So this takes me to the how to create a form. I'll click a blank form. Then I'll name this form as product details. So this is the working window of our form. There are fields that are available here. As I said, Deluge is a drag and drop interface. You just have to drag the elements from your field and drop it over in the workspace. So I'm going to create a form for our product details. My basic logic is I need to get my product details here. So with that, I'll start working on it. The first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to use a single line field, drag and drop it over here, rename this field as product name. Next, I want to know my product code. So I'll use this number field and rename it as product code. Next, I want to know my product category. So I'll use the drag and drop menu here and rename it as product category. Next, I'll rename these choices as per my convenience. So next, I want to know the price of the product. So I'll use the currency field and then I'll rename it as price. Next, I want to know a little bit of description about this product. So I'll use the multi-line field to get the description. I'll rename it as description. Next, I want to see the image of the product. So I'll use the image field to get I'll rename it as product image. So that's it, my form is ready. I'll click done here. Now we have created our form in the edit mode. I'll go and click this access application and see our form in the live mode. So this is our form which is there available in the live mode of this application. Guys, whenever you create a form in Zoho Creator, and report will be automatically generated for this form. Now I'll feed some details into this form and show you how the report looks like. So now I've given the details. When I click submit, this record will be automatically stored in the record section. So I'll just go and click here, show you how the record section looks like. So this is the record section that is available for this form as such. Now that we are done with the product details, our next second feature for this app will be sales representative. Let's see how to create a form for that. To create our next form for sales representative, I click this plus icon here and I click form, blank form, and I'll name this form as sales representative. So here is our workspace. Now the basic logic behind this form is I need to collect my employee details. So I'll use the required fields here. I'll take the name field for my employee name. Next I'll use my number field to get my employee ID. Next I'll use the drop down menu for gender. I'll rename this choices. Next I want to get their phone number, so I'll use this field. Next I want to get their address, so I'll use this address field. Next I want to get my employee's photo, so I'll use this image field. Now I've completed this form. I'll click done and I'll check this in the edit mode. So this is the edit mode of this application. Now I'll go and check this application in the live mode. So this is the live mode. Guys, now it's task for you. Please pause this video and check how a sales representative's report looks like. So you just have to give details here and check your record created or report created in this column. Now that we have done with the sales representative form, let us see the third feature of this app, our customer details. To create a customer details form, I'm going to follow the same procedure. So I click new. Then I'll rename this form as customer details. I create a form. So this is the workspace. The logic behind this form is I need to get my customer details, and also I need to know what are the products that my customers are purchasing from my company, and also who is the sales representative that is approaching this particular customer. So I'll start working. I'll use this single line field to get the company name. I'll use the customer name. So next I want to know their phone number. Next I want to know their address. Next, I want to know their email ID. Now that I have got all the details required, I am going to get the product that they have purchased from us. So for that, I am going to use a special field called lookup field, which will help us to get or fetch records from the other forms created in this app or also in the other apps. So I'll use this lookup field and get the details from the product details form. So I want to know the product name that the customer has purchased from me. Next, I want to know who's the sales representative that have attended this particular customer. So again, I'm using this lookup field to fetch records from the sales representative form employee name. Now that I've completed this form, I'll click done here. So now I'll take you to the live mode of this application and see how this app works. So this is the live mode of this application. Now I'll show you how this lookup field works. When I click my product details, see the MacBook is getting auto-populated in this form, which means this particular field fetches the record from the product details form. So I have asked you guys to perform the sales representative records. So when you do that, you can click here and see your sales representative details also. So now that we have completed with this form, now let us see how to share this app with your customers as well as sales representative. This will be the fourth feature. I should share this application with my employee and also with my customer so that my customer can view the product details and my employee can give his or her own details and also access the customer details. So I'll just click this share user and I'll add my user here. So now I need to write a permission set for my users. My staff can access the customer details, view the customer details, and also access his or her own details. So I give this and I also give them the permission to access the product details. So now I can save and associate. Once that is done, I have to click share here. See, the sharing is done. Now I'll go and check whether I've got the application or not. So yeah, here you can see the mail inviting me to access this application. So when I click go to application, you can see the applications available for me to access. So this is how my sharing option works. You can also share this application with your customers. So take that as a task and do it. Now that we have done with all 4 features, let us get into the most important feature of this app, the 5th feature, sales records. So to create the next form, I'm going to do the same procedure. I'll name this form as sales order. So this is the workspace. So far in the past 3 forms, we haven't seen any workflow, but we're going to create few workflow in this section to make it more powerful and to make it more comfortable to your business. So the logic behind this particular form is I need to collect the sales records from my customers. So what are the products that my customers has purchased from me? So for that, I'm going to use the lookup field and get the customer details first. So I'll use the lookup field to get my customer name. So next I'm going to add a date field here. The next thing I want to know here is I want to know what are the products that customer has purchased from me. For this, I'm going to use a special field called subform. A subform is a field where you create a form inside a form. So I'm going to click. I'll rename this form as sales. So here I want to know what is the product that my customer has purchased from me. For that, I'll be using the lookup field again. So I'll get the product name from here. The next thing I want to know what is the unit price of this particular product. So I'll use the currency field. So the next thing I want to know is what is the quantity that my customer has purchased from me. So I'll use the number field. So the next thing I want to know is what is the total. As I said earlier, in this form we'll be creating few workflows. One of the workflow that I'm going to create is I'm going to multiply this unit price into the quantity to give me the total amount that a customer has purchased from me. So I'll use the currency field again, and later I'll show how to create the workflow. So now I'm going to add another field and get my total net value that the customer has purchased from me. So I'll again use the currency field. So now I'll rename this field as total net. So to remove this header section, I'll click here and remove this. So yeah, now the form which we wanted to create is done. So I'll click done. Next we'll see how to create workflow for this particular sales order form. So this is the workspace where we're going to create workflows for our app. Workflow is very easy. You don't have to worry at all. This is not complicated because it's the same user interface where you have to drag and drop the elements. So it's much more simpler now. I'll just create a workflow and we'll write the first workflow for auto-populating the current date. So I'll use the form. Now I want to auto-populate the date in my sales record. So I'll click. I'll name this workflow as. So I want this to be on deluge on load. So it's very simple. It's just a single line code. You can see here it's a current date is auto populating. So when I click this, my date will be there in the every form that I create. Or if you want the current time to be auto populated, then you can use that also. So I'll just click current date, save here. So now you can see our code is working, our order date is getting auto populated. So the next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to write a code for unit price auto populating. Whenever I click the product name, the unit price should be auto populated from the previous form. So I'm just going to click and write a workflow for that. We're going to use the same way to create this workflow also. So I'll just click the workflow, create a new workflow in the sales orders form. So I'll name this workflow as update price. I add a new action on user data input. So I want this to work whenever a person clicks the product details in the sales orders form. So here I'm going to use a formula called fetch records where I'll just drag and drop it over here As I said, this interface is also very much simpler, just like our forms. So we just have to write a code here. I'm going to fetch records for the product details from the previous product details form. So my variable will be here price. My form will be the product details form. So my field here will be ID. ID is a unique ID value given by the deluge, which will go and match the records with the previous form. So my expression here will be row dot product details dot unit price. So this line of code will fetch me the details from the product details form. I want to display unit price in my current sales orders form. So I'll write, see, as I told you, even this works in a automatic manner. Whenever we start writing, the system will automatically suggest you so that you can just click and write away. So now I am done with this writing the code for auto populating the unit price from the product details form. Now I'll hit save and check whether the auto population works in my sales orders form or not. Now I'll check this form in the live mode of this application. So I click access this application and go to the live mode. Now you can see I'm going to add a product from this and check whether this product is auto populating or not. So I'll just click the MacBook. Now you can see the unit price is auto populating. So the price of this product is 55,000 and it is getting auto populated. So our second code is also working now. So our third next workflow is whenever I click this unit price and the quantity, those two columns has to be multiplied and the total value has to be displayed here. So I'm going to write a new code for that. So I'll just hit edit this application and create a new workflow. I'm going to do this with the same way I created for the past two workflows. So I'll just name this workflow as calculation. I want this workflow to run when I give the user data input. So I'll just click that. I want this to work on when I click the quantity. So here I'm going to use the if condition. If my quantity and unit price is null, else the workflow should not run. So I'll just use this if condition. As I told you, if my unit price and quantity are null, then are not equal to null, then this condition should run for me. So I'll use for each record. For each record, I'm going to add in this workflow, like in this form, this condition should run. So I'll use this here. My variable is record. I'll just keep it as record in the form sales. You can see we have a sales subform. So yes, we're going to write that. And then first I'm going to set the total value as null just because I don't want other values to get added. So I'll just write total is equal to 0. So the next thing I'm going to do here is, as I told you, it's a simple math. Total is equal to quantity into unit price. So I'm just going to write the same. I just told you I'm going to multiply the unit price and quantity to get my total value. So I'll just write rect total. So here in my total, the entire value will be displayed. In the form, we have also given another separate column called net total where we have to add all the products that a person is purchasing from us. So this code will help us to gather and add all the products that a person has purchased from us. So now that we have done with the code, I'll hit save and check whether this particular code is working or not in the live mode of the application. So I'm going to check this workflow in the live mode of this application. So I click access this application. And then I'll go to sales orders. The first workflow that which we wrote is the auto population of the date, which is working. Yes, check. Next one, I'm going to see whether the unit price is getting auto populated or not. Yes, check. Now whenever I click this quantity, the total price has to be auto populated by multiplying this unit price into quantity. So I'll just add. So I'm going to first start with 1. We'll just see. Yes, you can see 55,000 into 1 is 55,000, and also the net total price is getting auto populated. I'm going to change this quantity for say 2. Now the price would be, see, it is getting changed. So our workflow is actually working here. If at all you want more products, you can just click here, add new product, and do the same. The net value will get changed every time you add a product, but we'll show this in the demo. As of now, the third workflow and the final workflow of this application is also working. Now we have completed all 5 main features of this sales management app. Let us give some inputs to this app and see how our app works. Now we're gonna see a quick recap for this app. So I'll feed in this details for the product. So when I'm done with filling the details, I'll click submit. Next, I'll go and check how this product report looks like. This is how the report looks like. Now you can change the view. I'll go and click here to change. I can even use the Kanban report, which would give me a clear-cut view of what are the different products that are available in different category. So this is how the product details look like. Next, I'll go and click this sales representative and fill in the details for that. So I click submit again here. Hope you guys are clear how to fill in the details for these forms, and then you can go and check your report in this report section. Next, your work now is to fill in the details for this customer detail. Next, I'll go and see how this sales orders form work. My date is getting auto populated. So my customer name is Parvin, and I'm going to show what are the products that she has got from me. So I'm going to click, she has got a G-Shock watch. The unit price is getting auto populated here. So she get 2 pieces from me. So the price is 3,000 rupees. If I want to add more, so I can click this and I can add an iPhone. The price is 45,000. She got 1 product from me. So see, the total sum is getting added and the net total is getting updated here. So I can hit save, and I can also go and check the details in sales order report. So that is how this form and the application works for me. Now that we have done with the tutorial, it's time for me to keep up my promise. I'll take you to the app gallery and show you how our pre-developed sales management app works. So as I promised you earlier, I'll now go and install our pre-developed app sales management and show you what are the different features that is available in that pre-developed app. So I click new application here, and then I'll go on to install the application sales management. So I'm installing this application here. It would take a few minutes to get installed. Yeah, the app got installed. Now we can explore all the features that are available in this app. Apart from our basic details that which we have also created, like product details, sales orders, sales representatives, we also have different features like lead generation, and account, contact details, tasks that has been assigned for each representatives, cases, forecasting methods. All those things are available in this pre-developed app. Please do explore all this and also come up with your own application. Hope you guys understood the workflow that is involved in the sales management app. Don't you think it's easy to create an app with Zoho Creator? So what are you waiting up to? So get into action and give your feedback in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please like and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe our channel App DNA by Zoho Creator. So guys, that's it for today's tutorial video. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care.